Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube. Today I'm here to talk to you guys about how I found out that I was pregnant at 16 years old with my first son, Timothy. First of all, I'll tell you how I met the father of my baby, my now husband actually. I was actually dating his friend at the time and we mutually just didn't work out. Tristan decided that he wanted to pursue things with me, so he had messaged me and we had gone on a few dates together. And he ended up not having anywhere to go, so my mom said that it was okay for him to move in with us, which is probably the reason why we got pregnant. Tristan ended up moving away for a couple months to go into the military. He ended up coming back though. And if he didn't, Timothy wouldn't be here today, so we're really grateful for that. On March 19th, I decided that I needed to finally take the test because I had been late on my period for 12 days. I just didn't want to admit to myself at the time that I was pregnant just because I was 16 and still in high school. I took the test. It was instantly positive. I took the test, went right to my mom and let her know, just because I was still living with her and I was really scared because I was still in school. I didn't have a job and I had never done anything like change a diaper or anything like that with kids. I think she was supportive. I think she was just kind of nervous for me just because I was so young at the time and I did have bigger dreams as, just being a 16-year-old kid. So she told me that me and Tristan really needed to decide if this is what we wanted to do. So we decided to go on a drive to talk about the choices we had. And we decided that keeping Timothy was the best choice that we had at the time. And it was just in our best interest to keep the baby. So we went back and we discussed with my mom the reasons that why we wanted to keep our baby, and she told us as long as we were able to do it. So Tristan just needed to get a job. He opened his own business just so because he didn't want me to work, and I really was trying to stay in school. I really wanted to graduate, so I didn't have to drop out or anything, which was really nice. It was, he was really supportive with me and wanting me to finish my high school career. I told my dad. He was a little disappointed, I think, but I don't think it was a negative reaction, I guess. He was really shocked, but I think he was excited to be a grandfather just because this was their first grandchild. I told my sister and she was very, very excited. She's older than me, but she just doesn't really plan on having kids at the time, so she's just really excited just to be an aunt. So I really did have good reactions from my side of the family, and Tristan's family is so big anyway, and there's so many grandchildren that they were just blessed to have another baby in the family. So after we told everybody, it was smooth from that point. It was just me going to school every day. I had to actually switch schools because the high school wasn't really working with me on the amount of time I was missing with doctor's appointments, and just when you're in your first trimester, it really just takes a toll on your body and you're always tired, and it was just not working out. So I had to move to a different school. It was a dual enrollment in a college, and I stayed there until I gave birth to Timothy. I was due on November 16th, 2018. Timothy ended up coming on November 9th, 2018. My water broke the morning of the 8th at 7 o'clock. Tristan had worked 2 hours away from where we lived. I didn't really know that it was my water at the time just because I was new to everything and I didn't know what it was. But I did have a doctor's appointment that day, so when I went in, they did tell me that I needed to go to the hospital and admit myself in. So we did that. I called Tristan. He drove all the way back from where he was. I would say that the labor was easy, but it wasn't. Like, the contractions were painful and it was very stressful, but it wasn't very long. My active labor didn't start until about 3 in the morning. I did get an epidural just because I didn't know how to manage my pain, and I didn't really have support in the room at the moment just because it was so early in the morning. Everybody had already gone home and we're just waiting for the baby to come at that point. So I opted out for the epidural, which really did help at the time though, just because I wasn't contracting, and my doctor was telling me that I needed to calm down, or I was going to have a C-section or get induced, and I didn't want any of that. So I got it, and I actually dilated completely in 30 minutes. And I had Timothy at 7:29 a.m. on the 9th. I only pushed for 22 minutes. They kind of did scare me, the doctor did, when I was delivering Timothy, just because his heart rate dropped a lot from 180 to 60 beats per minute, and they only gave me one more contraction to push him out until they were gonna try to vacuum him out. So my doctor was like screaming, and I didn't really know what was going on, and they had me on oxygen, and it was just, that was really difficult for me just because I had no idea what was happening. And when I finally did deliver Timothy, they didn't really do skin to skin like I really wanted to do. They kind of Tristan just cut the umbilical cord and they just like took him off. And that was really hard for me just because I know how important it is to do that. So that's basically my short side of how I was pregnant at 16 and delivered my baby at 17 years old. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Bye.